Welcome to Chamber Exchange, the show that gives you a closer look inside local businesses. I am Stevie Kearse, the Executive Director of the Rolla Area Chamber of Commerce, and my first guest for today is Debbie Estey with Phelps County Bank. Welcome to the show, Debbie.
Thanks, Stevie. I'm always happy to tell about Phelps County Bank.
Yes, well, we're glad that you're a part of our show today. I know that you represent the bank club that is part of Phelps County Bank, and it's known as the PCBs. So could you tell us a little bit about what this club consists of?
I'd love to. We have a great bank club. The bank club was started several years ago when Emmy Brent was president of the bank. It was started as a customer service for the customers who are members of Phelps County Bank or customers at Phelps County Bank. The bank club is very popular in the Midwest especially. It's a service, and we have a lot of customers who are very involved with us, that travel with us and do activities with us. And nationwide, bank clubs have been very, very popular. When you go to the East Coast and the West Coast, they're not quite as popular as they are here in the Midwest. They're very popular in the Midwestern states. And as the economy has changed, I'm sorry to say that a lot of banks have been cutting out the bank clubs. Fortunately, Phelps County Bank feels like it's an important service for our customers, so they have kept the Phelps County, the PCBs going, and we're happy to know that we'll be still offering services to our customers.
Well, great. That speaks highly of Phelps County Bank itself.
Yes.
If you're a member of the PCBs, what is it that you do?
As a member, you have the privilege to come to any of our activities. That could be travel. We do a lot of travel, but it could be luncheons. It could be educational programs. We have seminars. We have picnics. We have a lot of different activities for people. And actually, it's a great service, especially for people who are seniors or who might be single now. It's a great way to find friends with like interests. It's a great way to travel safely, a great way to have fellowship with people your own age, with your own interests. So I think it serves a nice clientele.
Yeah, that sounds like a great program.
It's a lot of fun.
If I'm interested in joining the PCBs, how do I go about that?
Well, first of all, it's open to our customers at Phelps County Bank. If you have an account at Phelps County Bank and you're interested, then you're welcome to be a part of our PCBs club. If you do not bank at Phelps County Bank, although you should, of course, but if you don't, we're welcoming guests many times. We offer it to our customers first, but if we have room for an event for travel, we're happy to have you come as a guest. Many times when people come as guests, then they decide they'd like to be a part of the Phelps County Bank's bank club. Yeah,
I'm kind of getting a little bit interested myself here talking to you about this. So you mentioned that you guys do a lot of traveling. What are some of the trips that you have planned for the remainder of 2012?
Well, we've had a big year, and we usually do. We have customers make a lot of suggestions, and we try to honor those suggestions as much as possible. The rest of this year, we're getting ready. Well, today, actually, we have a luncheon today at 11:30, and our program is on quilting. So we're going to have a luncheon today.
Okay.
As far as travel, we're getting ready for a trip to Sight and Sound Theater in Branson. That's just a one-day trip. We'll go down to the theater, have lunch, and watch the great show, Joseph, which is a new show that's going to be at the Sight and Sound, huge Sight and Sound Theater, which is a wonderful place to go. So that's just a one-day trip. Later in July, we have a 6-day trip, which we call Music, Rails, and the Greenbrier. We're going to West Virginia. We will be traveling by bus part of the time. We'll also be traveling 2 train rides. And one of the real highlights of that trip is we're going to have an overnight stay at the Greenbrier Resort, which is absolutely a gorgeous, gorgeous resort in the Sulphur Springs, West Virginia. And I don't know if you're familiar with that, but this is where back in the Cold War days, the underground bunker was built where Congress and the President and people would have been taken in case of an emergency.
Oh, wow.
And then the secret got out. It was a secret for many years, but the secret got out. And now they do bunker tours, so we're going to go for the bunker tour. We're spending the night. We'll have afternoon tea. We'll have dinner there. They've got 7 or 8 restaurants. It's golf courses. It's a beautiful big resort, so that's kind of a highlight of the trip.
Yeah.
On this trip, there'll be lots of music. We'll be doing music. We'll be taking rides through the Appalachian Mountains, the Cranberry Glades. So it's going to be a fun trip, about 6 6 days worth, and we've got a bunch of people going on that, about 45 people, so we're excited about that.
That sounds like so fascinating.
That'll be fun, that'll be fun. Then later in July we have, no, it's in August, I'm sorry. We're going to the Lion King, to the Fox Theater in St. Louis to see the Lion King, and that was very popular and sold out. In September, we have a great trip that we call 8 Countries Without a Passport.
Oh.
We're going to a city in the Midwest that has really about 12 wonderful ethnic communities. Lithuanian, Ukrainian, German, Irish, French, Greek, Hindu, all of these different communities. And they came to work on the Pacific Railroad years ago. A lot of the immigrants did. And they stayed and started all these wonderful communities. So we are taking advantage by going up there and spending 4 days and visiting a lot of these different communities, as well as a tour and going by Warren Buffett's home, so that kind of tells you where it is.
Yeah.
We're also going to visit the Henry Doorly Zoo, which is a very, very world famous zoo, one of the top zoos in the nation. And we're doing the Father Flanagan's Boys Town also. So that's going to be a real fun trip, I think.
My goodness, this is so much.
Well,
this is a lot of stuff that you guys,
that's
a lot of
just
work.
September. Now, for our big trip, for our biggest trip this year, and one of my favorites and many favorites, people's favorite, is our trip to Kenya and Tanzania. So in late October, we are going to visit Kenya, and part of the group is going to stay for an extended tour to Tanzania. Africa, we have found, is a very fascinating, beautiful, beautiful country. The people are lovely, they're friendly, they're welcoming. Tourism is very big. We spend a lot of time on safaris, animal safaris, photographic safaris only, of course. We stay in beautiful places, the Mount Kenya Safari Club. We stay in the tent camps, which are really fun because when you say tent camps, you think of something primitive. These tents have mahogany floors, mahogany furniture, electricity, showers, bathrooms. Very, very nice.
That's my kind of tent camping.
That's good tent camping. It's a lot of fun. But the animals are fabulous. We go out in Range Rovers for safaris, and the animals have not been hunted since the early 70s in this area. They're all free roaming.
Oh, wow.
And you'll see a herd of 15 elephants walk by you.
Oh, wow.
And you can take pictures. They're as close as you and I are sometimes,
I'm in love
right
with
outside.
this.
It's wonderful. You'll see the lions. They pay no attention to you because they're so used to the Range Rovers being out there. They're so used to the tourists, and they're just laying around like a cat would be, laying around.
That is fascinating.
We see giraffes walk by. It's just a wonderful, wonderful trip. It's a very exciting, almost a life-changing trip.
Yeah.
We also visit a girls' school while we're there. We have actually helped to support the girls' school. The last time we went, this is my 3rd trip there, by the way, but the last time we went, we took collections before we left, and we gave a check to one of the girls' schools because education is mandatory up to 8th grade, but beyond that, then it's kind of costly. And so these girls' schools have been developed through a lot of the churches to help women develop their education. They're very intent on trying to get people educated, but it's expensive. So it's been an eye-opening experience visiting there. It shows you how very, very lucky we are here in America, but it's been a great experience. Yeah.
Any other trips planned for 2012?
That's just about the end of our year. In December, we have a 2-night trip to Branson for the Christmas lights. We're doing some Christmas shows, which is going to be fun. I actually heard on the Springfield News that Branson is one of the top 10 places in the nation for Christmas lights. So we're going to do the Christmas Trail of Lights, and we're going to do several shows. Yakov Live. This is his last year to do live shows.
So you better get it.
So
we're
going to go see him. We're doing several shows. That's an overnight trip in Branson.
Okay.
We have a 2-day mystery trip in October. That'll be an overnight.
Mystery trip. So they don't know what they're signing up for.
That's true, and you can't squeeze it out of me. I'm not
Dang it! I was trying. Well, I like how you mentioned that you have some local trips, but then you have some far-off trips as well.
Exactly.
So that kind of gives everybody, it meets the needs of a little bit of all of your members.
Exactly.
What would you say is the most popular type of trip?
I think really the cruises are, because cruises are so easy. Once you get there, course, air flight's not easy anywhere anymore, but once you get on a cruise ship, you unpack once, and then you can just relax for the rest of the time. So we've done Hawaii twice, we've done Alaska twice, we've done Panama Canal, we've done several cruises, and I think those are really popular because they're just so comfortable to go on.
Now, are these trips exclusive to the PCBs only, or could members of the community go?
Actually, we offer it to our customers through newsletters. We have flyers at the bank. We have a wonderful website. So we offer it to our customers, but if the trip is not full, we're happy to bring guests. So if you don't happen to be a member of the PCBs and you see something you'd like to do, just give us a call. We're happy to have you come along if you're interested, and if we have room.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
Now, not everyone maybe likes to travel or has the time or money to go on some of these trips. What are some of the other benefits and activities that you offer the PCBs?
Well, that's why I think the PCBs Club is so valuable, because even if you're not able to travel anymore, I mean, some people get to the point in their lives where they've gone everywhere, or they're just not interested, or maybe their health doesn't allow them to travel anymore. We try to provide something for everyone. So if you can no longer travel, then come to one of our luncheons, come to our programs. We have educational programs that we call Tea and Tell. That's usually Tuesdays at 2. Those are usually no cost. We have quarterly luncheons. Sometimes those are no cost. Sometimes we might go to a restaurant and have our luncheons. We always try to have good programs. This year we've had Mike Doyen has come to talk to us about the Audubon Club and about the Wilderness Trail that he's been working on for the community. A very, very good program. We have Barry Dunnigan, who's going to come and talk about the development of the Veterans Memorial Park, how they started that, and the progress that's being made there. We've had people come and talk about crafts that they're interested in. We had John McManus, who is an author at MS&T. He's written several books on war. He's a war historian, and he was a very popular speaker. And I actually read about him in the St. Louis Post-Dispatch when I was reading about books, book authors. And as I was reading about this person, I saw that he taught at MS&T. So I thought, wow, that's great, in the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. So I called him, and he was very gracious to come and gave us a great program that people were very interested in. So we try to get a variety of programs, some that men would like better, and some that women would like better, but we try to meet the needs of all kinds of people in the community.
You know, the PCBs sounds like a very fascinating club to belong to. So thank you so much for sharing all of this information with us. Before we close, because I'm sure we've sparked an interest with many of our viewers that are going to want to, I'm sure that we have, they're going to want to join this club. So could you please leave us with information on where they can find out more about PCBs?
Of course, they can drop into any of our PCB branches. We have flyers in the bank everywhere. You can call 368-4666. That's our PCB line. Or you can look on our website, Phelps County Bank website. Look under Personal Banking, and then you'll see the PCB's Bank Club. And under that heading, all of our flyers, all of our events, Tea and Tell, luncheons, travel, calendar of events. You can find it there.
Perfect. Debbie, thank you so much for joining us on the show. This has been just a delight to learn more about the programs that you have to offer at the PCBs.
Thanks, Will. Thanks for letting me share with you.
Yeah, thank you. We are going to be right back with another local guest, so stay tuned.